Me again. Right, I thought I'd just do a little addition to the page example that we just did, a bit more advanced, just to sort of go over what that HTML part is and how to deal with that if you actually wanted to do it yourself. Okay, so you'll remember back in the other example when I did the frog one, I said, okay, just copy and paste this and start repeating it out, and I gave you the HTML for it. So let's look at what if you didn't have that HTML and you wanted to do it yourself. So a bit more advanced than the other one, but it's handy if you wanted to know what that was going on about, because Canvas does various different things. If you're used to web development outside of Canvas, slightly different in the way this one works, because Canvas strips a lot of the stuff out in the rich text editor. I mean, even things like comments, it takes them out of the equation, right? So let's look at how you would deal with this part. So I won't go into how to deal with the banners. I'll go on to sort of look at this area here, and that's pretty much it, and how you would sort of colour that whatever style you want, really. One thing I didn't do in the last one actually is deal with colour, so we'll look at that maybe in this one, and we'll signpost people over here. Okay, so let's look at a page again. So let's go through to maybe, let's get rid of some of these because we don't want these anymore, and there's that common frog one. So what I'm going to do is let's create a page. So HTML of HTML top of frog page. I'm just calling it out, right? You should know how to do that by now. If you're looking at this tutorial, hopefully you know what that's all about. Right, okay, so let's just go to edit mode, and we're going to just create, first off, let's just chuck a banner in. So we've got that going off. So what we got, should we chuck this one in? There we go, there he is. Okay, cool. So let's throw him in there. Let's get rid of that side panel, and let's go. Let's just call this one, oh look, I'm a frog. Right, cool. Yeah. Now I just do this and put that there and do that. I've effectively got myself that little banner. Let's give myself my little froggy emoji so it looks similar again, and let's just make sure, there we go. So I've got a frog, right? So that's cool. I'm going to go back to an example of some text that I've got somewhere, and we'll just paste it in there just as placeholder, but it's handy to have it in there just to see what's going on. And we'll just add this in, and we'll give it a little header. So you've seen me do this before, right, in the other one, so I'm not really too worried. Okay. If I and we'll make that bold as well, and go. Okay, right, cool. Let's just do a quick save. I like to get in the habit of saving, just going round and round in a circle, right? So let's give this one here a bit of colour, and then we'll deal with this bit in a minute. So, we'll just roll that down, just to have a little bit more space. So I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to put in a different colour background, like that. And I'm going to highlight again, and I'm just going to change the text colour, so it's white. Let's just make it maybe, what's going to happen if I made that a bit bigger? I'll just make it bigger anyway, just for the sake of the tutorial. Now, let's just turn this over so we can see the HTML, because we're going to look at this bit and we can deal with that and this all together. So, no, right, okay, right. What we need to do is we need to just look at a few bits and pieces. So I'm just going to shift that down. That's all that text, right? This part here, so that is effectively, that's the image going off. And put that back up there like that, and just move that there like so. That's better. So that's my image. We can leave that alone. I'm going to leave that be, right? This is the banner. Now what it does, it actually makes the whole thing, it creates this span, bit of span HTML in there. Strong makes that bold. So strong means that anything encased in those are bold. So we'll notice we've got an open. Anything that's got these little forward slashes, that's the closing of the tag. Now most of the tags have closing tags, not all of them, most of them do. So, but what we need to do is we need to move this into there. So if we just, I'm just going to cut it out and get rid of it, and I'm going to paste it in the H2 like that, and I'm going to get rid of that span because we don't care about that anymore, and we'll get rid of the closing one like that. I'm just going to copy that just in case things go awry, and I'm just going to turn that, I'm going to save that actually. I'm just going to save it and see what it does. And what it should done, bosh. We got a banner. We're in that position where we've got a banner and we've got a textual title with a little bit of colour and stuff like that going off. So actually we're in the position where we was before. All right. On that other demonstration, I'm going to make this a bit smaller. Let's do that, and I'll just go back to where we were. Actually, it's kind of ignored me. To be fair, it's kept that height, but we can deal with that at a later date, right? You kind of know how to do that bit in the HTML. Well, I'll show you how to do it in a minute. So let's deal with the color of this stuff. So what we can do is we can look for another package called Adobe Color. We can go to Adobe Color, and again, if you're part of ARU, you can deal with that. You can deal with an account, so you can come into here and then put your account in. Now you could go explore and just just happens I've got green ones all over the place, but these are like little palettes which are quite handy actually. So you can go like that and you can find the color that sits in each of them. So it might well be that we want the heading to be that color. So let's copy that. Let's go back to this one and we'll just go into edit mode. I'll go like that, and then what we can do, if we just divide that up a little bit again, so we can see, I'm just doing this on purpose, I wouldn't need to do this normally. So let's make that background color that, and then we'll just, we won't flick it over yet, well can do, we'll probably change that. So there's that bluey sort of color. So we need to deal with that text part. So what we do with this stuff, this is all the text that sits in that panel. So what we need to do is we need to create an area that the browser understands in terms of like a sort of an area that it can deal with something maybe a bit differently to the other parts. So we don't want it to create a green area like the banner, like that textual part. We want to create maybe a cream or a different color green or something like that. So we have to sort of create this, and we kind of follow this stuff along again. So what we can do is we can grab a hold of that style, this CSS, and we can put it into there like so, and that's changed color because it needs one of those. And let's go back to my color palette again. So what should we decide? They're all a bit crazy actually for that, so let's just copy that one. I don't really know what's going to happen with this. Might not quite be the color we want, but hey, let's just try it out, and we'll put that in there. So what I've done is I've done that. So I've gone div, open, close div. There's the close one. I've created some CSS styles. This is some inline styles. So CSS in Canvas, it doesn't do you, from a normal perspective, it doesn't let you deal with external style sheets. If you don't know what they are, don't worry about it, right? Okay, it's just inline stuff, so you have to write them like this in the actual part itself. So style, and I'm going to do a background color, and I've got a color from that color palette, and that's that. Now what I can do to make it maybe a little bit more appealing is just give a bit of padding all the way around. So if I just say padding 26 pixels, starts at the top, goes top, right, bottom, left, and it puts a 20 pixel bit of padding, so it takes the text and just makes it a little bit smaller. Keep looking rather than there. Keeps looking at that bit and just moves it just a touch. So it just makes it a bit more appealing. And then what we'll do, we'll just go save, and there is a page. So what we've got here, we've got a banner that we put in. We've done that before. We've now got this here with our little emoji and a bit of that, so we can change the color. And then we've got this horrible green now with that. So that's how it's dealt with, right? Go back through the video, have a look at HTML if you feel you need to. Again, like the other video, I've copied that, so use that. I'll refer to this for anyone that wants to do this in a bit more advanced way dealing with it. Hope that helps. Stay tuned for some more videos. See you soon.